When you're visiting Ireland, you need to be prepared. And while it's important to know what to wear in Ireland, it's equally important to know what not to wear in Ireland, because some things are not helpful and not necessary and will make you stick out as a tourist. Seriously, if you wear the wrong shoes or the wrong clothes on your trip to Ireland, it could make your trip miserable. I'm talking cold, wet, and windy, so it's important that you come prepared when you visit Ireland. Last year, I made a video about what you should pack for Ireland, particularly in summer, and a lot of you loved that video, so I thought I'd make a video about what not to pack for Ireland and what not to wear in Ireland, because seriously, some of the things that people tell you to bring are just really not necessary. And I'm telling you this as someone who grew up in Ireland. I'm from the US, but for a good portion of my childhood, my family moved to a little village north of Dublin, so I spent many seasons in Ireland and know exactly what to wear and what not to wear as a foreigner. And there are definitely some things that people recommend that are frankly just a waste of suitcase space. Number one, rain boots. The number one item I recommend not to wear in Ireland is rain boots. And a lot of people will say that you need rain boots because it is wet in Ireland, but rain boots are not necessary because the rain in Ireland is usually less of like a downpour that creates large puddles that you need rain boots for, and more often like a constant mist. There aren't exactly deep puddles typically in Ireland. And although many people may tell you that you need rain boots, it's just simply not true. Rain boots take up a lot of suitcase space, and honestly, you're better off with a pair of closed-toed walking shoes or waterproof sandals anyway. When we revisit Ireland, I almost always bring tennis shoes, a good pair of walking shoes, as well as my Teva waterproof sandals if we're going in the summer. A nice pair of walking waterproof versatile sandals are really nice for travel, and that's typically what I wear in Ireland when we're gonna be outdoors when it's raining in the summertime. In the winter, honestly, you'd just be fine with closed-toed shoes. Locals don't even really wear rain boots, or wellies as they call them there. Most people just wear loafers or sneakers or other closed-toed shoes. And you're gonna save a lot of packing space not bringing them to. Number two, shorts. On the complete flip side, Ireland does not really get hot usually, even in the summertime. If you're traveling to Ireland in the summertime, by the way, I have a summertime packing video and packing guide that I can link below. You will not want to be wearing shorts typically when you're traveling there. Unless the weather forecast predicts weather well over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, don't even bother packing shorts because you'll probably regret it. You probably won't wear them. You'll be chilly, and it's rare that Ireland gets hot. Of course, this could change. Ireland could be unusually warm during your stay. In that case, you probably will see locals wearing shorts. It's not that you can't wear them in Ireland. It's just that usually it's not hot enough to wear shorts and be comfortable in them. And even then, if you're visiting any coastlines in Ireland, cliffs in Ireland, then your legs will probably be freezing in shorts because it is extremely windy on the coastline usually. So shorts are just, they never come with me when I go to Ireland. Number three, hats. Speaking of cold, windy cliffs, you might also want to reconsider wearing your hats in Ireland because they will probably blow away if you're visiting the coast. You really do not want to lose your hat on a blustery day trip to the Cliffs of Moher or Giant's Causeway because the Irish wind is notorious for a reason. Opt for sunglasses and sunscreen for sun protection instead because you'll probably lose your hat to the wind if you wear one. The only exceptions being if you're staying in the city like in central Dublin where there's tall buildings, it's usually a little bit less windy. You can get away with a hat. Or if you're visiting in the winter time, then you might want a winter like knit hat that covers your ears, or even better, earmuffs or like a winter headband to cover your ears and keep you warm without having to lose it to the wind. Make sure it's nicely fitted and snug so that you can stay warm and also not lose your hat. Number four, don't wear your hair down in Ireland. This is very similar to the hat situation. Again, it is very windy typically in Ireland, especially if you're going to be on a coastline. And to all my fellow long-haired travelers, you might want to reconsider wearing your hair down purely because the wind is bound to make it snarly and knotted anyway. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wearing your hair down in Ireland if you want to. I just say this because spending all your time curling your hair in the morning is frankly a waste of time because it probably won't be curly or smooth or nicely brushed by the end of your day out anyway. Also, learn from my mistakes and bring ponytails on your days out because if you do wear your hair down and you are in the wind, just tie it up quick while you're in the wind until you're out of the wind. It'll feel a lot better. Your hair won't be in your face and your hair will still stay nice and smooth. So bring ponytails if you do decide to wear your hair down. Otherwise, put it up. And by the way, all of these suggestions on what not to wear in Ireland are purely suggestions. Of course, the locals there are so nice. They really don't care what you wear or how you wear your clothes. they really don't care. Honestly, you can get by with wearing whatever you want in Ireland. These are all just recommendations to keep you comfortable as possible during your trip. Number 5, tank tops. Just like wearing shorts, you probably will not want to pack tank tops for your trip to Ireland. Same idea. It is chilly and it is rare that it is hot. Unless you know for certain that the weather is forecasted to be unusually hot, you probably won't be wanting to wear your tank tops without at least a sweatshirt or sweater over it. And again, even if the forecast is predicting really warm weather, bring that jacket, sweater, sweatshirt to layer for the chilly evenings and mornings, as well as if it starts raining during the day. You'll want that extra layer to keep you comfortable and free from chills while you're on your day out. The 6th thing that you should not wear in Ireland is no layers. Double negative, meaning you definitely should wear layers. I talked about this in my video on what to pack for Ireland, but by now you probably understand that Ireland can be very chilly. So layers are imperative, especially if you're traveling in the summertime. Obviously, you'll want them in the winter because the winter is cold to begin with, but in the summer, the Irish weather can be very unpredictable. It can change from sunny and comfortable to windy and chilly in a matter of minutes, especially if you're doing multiple things out on your travel day, i.e. going to the Cliffs of Moher, then, shopping downtown Galway, or hiking in Connemara. Like if you're doing different things throughout your day, you'll want layers to delayer and relayer, depending on if you're standing in the wind on the coast, on the cliffs, or just shopping around being comfortable in a t-shirt. You'll want different layers to adapt to the weather as it comes. The next item on this list of what not to wear in Ireland is definitely optional, totally optional, and purely suggestive based on my experience as a professional photographer, and that is the color green. Ireland is very green country. As you probably already know, Ireland is known for its green rolling hills and green cliff sides and coastlines. It's beautiful. Very green, which means in photos, wearing green will make you blend in with the color of the background. So instead, I recommend wearing colors that contrast that green, like yellow, red, light blues, blacks, whites, different color than green, so that it gives your travel photos more depth and it makes you stick out in a good way in the photo. P.S. I have a whole video on my best travel photography tips for beginners that you can watch next. Number 8, again, totally optional. You really can wear whatever you want in Ireland. The locals are so nice and don't care, but that is gym shoes. And I may be a little bit hypocritical because I usually wear tennis shoes on my trips to Ireland because they are comfortable walking shoes. However, locals really don't wear gym shoes like we do in the US. Instead, they wear Adidas sneakers are super popular there. Nike sneakers, really popular there. Soccer shoes, or if you're wearing a nicer outfit, loafers are popular. But gym shoes like we wear in the US aren't quite as popular. So if you want to wear a different one of those comfortable walking shoe options, totally can. Although, like I said, you want to wear tennis shoes? Totally can. This is just purely supposed to be informative, and I usually wear comfortable tennis shoes on my trips to Ireland too. So absolutely no judgment. On that same note, they tend to dress up more in Ireland than in the US, like much of Europe. They're a bit more casual than the rest of Europe. They wear a lot of soccer pants and sweatshirts, and they are much more casual than, France per se, or Italy. The locals are much more casual, but they're not exactly like quite as casual as the US. So your old jeans and Old Navy graphic t-shirts aren't exactly going to make you blend in. Instead, I would recommend like slacks and a sweater or sweater vest, or again, if you want to wear more casual clothes, instead of like sweatpants and a graphic tee, maybe opt for soccer pants, Adidas sneakers, and an Adidas sweatshirt, just for an example. Lastly, on that same note again, touristy Ireland merchandise is sure to make you stick out as a tourist. And while you totally can wear touristy merchandise, and I won't judge you and the locals won't judge you, it will make you stick out as a tourist. So if your goal is to blend in, save your Irish merch for when you get back home. I always recommend blending in when you're traveling internationally for safety reasons, because tourists are often targeted by scammers more than locals, especially in places like Paris. This is not necessarily the case in Ireland. Ireland is extremely safe. You won't come across European scammers like you would in other European countries. In Ireland, it's very safe. The locals are very nice. You won't have that problem, but if you want to blend in more, again, opt for nicer casual outfit. Doesn't have to be super fancy. The Irish are very casual people, so it doesn't have to be really fancy, but just a little bit more elevated from, your gym shorts and graphic tee that you might wear at home in the US. Now you know exactly what not to wear in Ireland, so if you haven't already watched my video on what to wear and what to pack for Ireland, you can watch that next. And I will be sure to link all of my Ireland travel guides and videos in the description. I have so many Ireland travel guides because I love it. I have personal connection to it. I lived there and continue to visit year after year with my family, so I know the ins and outs of visiting Ireland as a foreigner. Truly, and I have lots of tips and destination guides within Ireland that you can use to plan your trip. I'll link those below. If you have any other questions about visiting Ireland, definitely leave a comment, send me a message on Instagram at Indigo Sahara, and I'd be happy to help you. I'm excited for you to see Ireland, a place that I once called home. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. So for now, ciao.